In this video, I am going to show you how top realtors get Diaspora clients online without chasing clients. Alright, so I have worked with top realtors to do this, and I'm going to show you how it is being done. Alright, so follow me through this video step by step as I show you the process. Alright, so let's go on. My name is Blessed Uchendu, and I'm a digital marketer. Okay, passionate about digital marketing to get results. Alright, results, especially sales. Alright, so that is the end point. Alright, so I've worked in solar industry, I've worked in real estate industry, car dealerships, and so on and so forth. Alright, so that's a brief thing about me. Alright, so with this system, with this process, alright, we've gotten Diaspora clients, and mind you, this is without paid adverts, without paid ads. Alright, so we've gotten Diaspora clients. So these clients want to buy a land in Lekki, in Agongi, and all of that. Alright, so we've also gotten another client, alright, that want an apartment around Osaka, London, Lekki. Alright, so these clients want to buy an apartment. These clients want to buy an apartment in Osaka, London, Lekki. Alright, so these are Diaspora clients using the system. And the other one also is alright, so this Diaspora client needs a shortlet for a month, alright, in Lekki phase 1 or in Chevron and so on. Alright, so these are clients that we get so many clients just by using this system. Alright, okay, this is another one to another Diaspora client. Alright, so I have worked with a lot of top realtors to do this. I've worked with a lot of top realtors. Alright, this is another one. This is okay, so this is me holding section with these realtors also. Alright, so these are another set of top realtors, alright, that I've worked with. Okay, so let's go straight up to the purpose of this video. Alright, so I don't alright, okay, now what is this system all about? What is this system that works, that brings in Diaspora clients? What is it? Alright, so this system is called what? SEO, search engine optimization. Alright, so I'll be telling you what it is, alright, how it's being done, what you need to understand about search engine optimization, and the focus is going to be on YouTube. Last year, a client called me and said, oh, she hasn't gotten sales and she's actually tired and does not know what to do. And you know, in my experience of digital marketing, working with real estate consultants and all of that, especially real estate, I told her most things that she would not like to hear, because most realtors want something that is ASAP, something that just sharp. I told her, see, you sell land of 200 million, 400 million. I mean, you sell houses, you sell houses of 200 million, 400 million, and all of that. Right now in 2026, 2025, you cannot depend on paid ads to do that. You cannot depend on paid ads to do that. Alright? And I told her to use search engine optimization, just the same way I've told top realtors to do so, to use search engine optimization. Alright? And she did it. She created YouTube content on it without paid ads, YouTube content on it. She was consistent, and she got her first Diaspora clients. Alright, she got her first Diaspora clients. She got more and more. The same thing applied to other people who I have called me, who have actually reached out to me last 2 years, last 3 years. The same complaint that they are not getting clients that want to buy houses. They've been running paid ads. These realtors they've so much complained that they are not getting clients that want to buy house, and they've spent millions on paid ads. All right, and I told them the same thing, that in this era that we are right now, paid ads will not give it that instant result, or will not give it that result that it is to give before. It used to give that result before, but it does not give it right now. All right, now the new era we are in right now is to put attention on SEO. All right, and right now they are making a lot of sales on it, a lot of sales using SEO. So I'm going to show you practical videos of how it is. All right, so this is not going to be just a slide video or all those kind of stuff. All right, so I'll show you exactly what SEO is. All right, so what is SEO? SEO is all about, as I said, SEO itself is search engine optimization. All right, so for YouTube, is helping your videos get discovered on YouTube, you know, using the right keywords. Okay, so let's do a more in depth on it. All right, so this is YouTube right here. This is YouTube, and most times, most diaspora clients, how they find your properties when they want to buy ASAP is YouTube, and YouTube have different ways of showing your properties to them. It could be through search, so they come here through search to do for it. Sorry, so I'm just going to type one keyword that they used to search for, like house for sale in Lekki, for example. Right, you can see here house for sale in Lekki is the keyword. You can see another keyword that people are searching for: house for sale in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, house for sale in Lekki phase 1, house for sale in Lekki, Lagos, house for sale. Okay, just because I put Lekki, so let me just put just one simple phrase without putting in the full keyword. So yeah, what I put here was house for sale in. Okay, I did not complete the sentence, but the algorithm is showing me things that people are searching for: house for sale in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, house for sale in Lagos, house for sale in Abuja, house for sale in Dubai, house for sale in Lekki, house for sale in Banana Island, house for sale in Korea, house for sale in Canada, and so on and so forth. All right, so if I do O, all right, so you can say house for sale in Owerri, Imo State, house for sale in Osaka, London, house for sale in Ontario, Canada, house for sale in Ogun State, and so on and so forth. These are things that people are searching for on the internet, all right, to buy something. All right, so let's just focus on house for sale in Lekki as an example. All right, so these are the people that are ranking for this keyword, house for sale in Lekki. All right, and this guy right here, okay, house for sale, and this guy right here is a top selling realtor, the top selling realtor, because he's showing up for this keyword, house for sale in Lekki. All right, so these are other top selling realtors also. Okay, this is another top selling realtor also that is showing up on YouTube. This is totally without paid ads. Without paid ads. Okay. All right. So this is another top realtor too, showing up on YouTube consistently. All right. Whenever they are searching to buy a property, that is the power of YouTube. It does not require paid ads. It just requires consistency plus your SEO inclusive. All right. Your content must be SEO optimized. All right. So I am going to show you in depth of how it is just in a minute. So let me also tell you the difference. All right, so between SEO and paid ads. Okay, so the difference is, number one, when you run paid ads, all right, you get immediate visibility and you start receiving leads as soon as possible. Yes, when you run ads now ASAP right now, you get visibilities, like you get likes, you get comments, sometimes you get leads sometimes, but that does not mean that the leads are highly qualified. All right, so that does not mean that the leads are highly qualified. All right, you are running ads. Okay, so it's 50-50 to get, it's either the leads are not qualified or they are qualified. It's 50-50. Right, but for SEO takes time. It's not instant like this. You start right now, you get clients right now. No, it does not work that way. It takes 3 to 6 months of solid work for you to begin to get diaspora clients. The good thing about it is that it is guaranteed. It is guaranteed. That's the good thing about search engine optimization. All right, so the second one is cost. All right, so when you do paid ads, you are paying for every click that somebody clicks on your ad. Whatever click someone click on your ad, as long as someone click on your ad, you are paying for the click. All right, but for SEO, you are not paying for SEO like you are paying for the click on SEO. When somebody watch your video or stuff like that, you are not paying for it. All right, the only thing you are paying for is for you to record your content with your phone camera, like you are going to buy maybe your mic, lightings, if necessary, right? If you are doing your content from your house or on site where you need your stand, all those things, all those equipment that you will need to create your content, those are the costs that are attached to your SEOs, for you to create your video, right? But you are not being charged whenever somebody pay you for a click. All right, you are not being charged whenever somebody click on your video. All right. Okay, so that's that. Number two, number three is the long-term value and the short-term value. All right, for adverts, one of the most common idea when people run adverts is because they need a short-term results. They need the results ASAP right now, because you cannot be spending 2 million naira on adverts and you are saying that you have not seen results in a month. Right? No business owner wants to listen to that. Right? You cannot be spending 1M, 2M on advertising and say you have not gotten results within a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You'll be bothered. You'll be disturbed. Okay? After spending 5 million naira on adverts, you'll be worried. Right? But for SEO, as I said, you're not spending on advert, but you need to put in the work. It's not instant work. It takes some time before you begin to get results. All right? With your good content, it brings in traffic and leads for you for months and for years consistently. And the good thing about SEO is that it is guaranteed. It's not 50-50. It is guaranteed. It is not by luck or by chance. SEO works. All right. Now the fourth one is targeting precision. All right. For adverts, yes, you can target Abuja, Canada, Australia, and all of that when you run adverts. All right. But the update right now is that you cannot do that again, especially when you sell real estate, when you are selling house or land. All right, you cannot target those in abroad. We could do that 5 to 10 years ago. The algorithm, Instagram allows us to do that 5 to 10 years ago. But in 2025, 2026, we cannot do that again. If you do it now, if you target US, all those kind of places, US, UK, outside of Nigeria, Instagram or Facebook is going to block your account. All right, that is the update with adverts. There's always new rules, new settings when you are doing adverts. All right, that's just how it has always been. There's always a new update. But for SEO, your content goes far beyond Nigeria. It goes to those in UK, Canada, Australia, Japan, wherever the client is searching to buy a house in Nigeria. As long as they are interested in buying a house in Nigeria, wherever they are in the world, your video will be visible to them. Okay, let me show you this example. All right, so for this, let's say a client comes here to search for house for sale in Lekki right now, and the guy is in Japan, the guy is going to see your content. That's how it works. If the guy is in which other place I will use now? If the guy is in France right now and he's interested in buying a house from France, all right, he's in France and he wants to buy a house in Nigeria and he search for it, your video is going to show up to that person in France. All right, it's very, very powerful. All right, so how do you optimize your content? Now, one of the ways you optimize your content is by using keywords. All right, you want to make sure that you are putting the right keyword in your videos. All right, so if your video is located in Ajah or in Lekki or in Ogun State, you make sure you put the location in the title. All right, you make sure you put the location in the title. All right. Secondly, you make sure you say the sentence of your keyword. For example, this one right now is house for sale in Awoyaya, Lekki, Lagos. All right, that is the keyword of this content. You make sure you say it inside the content. Hi, this is a 130 million naira house for sale in Awoyaya, Lekki, Lagos. All right, and this is a beautiful apartment. This is this is the outside view of the apartment, and this is, you show them the house, but make sure in the first 10 to 20 seconds of your video you are calling out your keyword. All right, so that is just some basic thing about it. There are other things that are involved in when you are optimizing your content to show up on YouTube to attract Diaspora clients. All right, so let's use another example again. Let's do Abuja. All right, so you can see here, these are the top realtors. This is the top realtor that is ranking for house for sale in Abuja. This is a top realtor selling massively for this. Okay, this is another person too selling, attracting Diaspora clients just by showing up on YouTube. All right, this is the new update. If you think that you are going to run adverts, to get clients ASAP, with your advert and all of that, because you are looking for shortcuts, you might just be chasing two rabbits. And you end up not catching anyone. All right, that is why I advise realtors today and tomorrow, every single time, to use search engine optimization on YouTube. All right, so another way you optimize your content is what? Adding timestamp. So this is what they call timestamps on your video. It helps the algorithm to push up your videos to be visible online. The secret sauce of showing up on YouTube with search engine optimization. All right, so we've gotten a lot of testimonials from top selling realtors. All right, so if you want me to optimize your YouTube channel, number one, you have to create a YouTube channel. Two, you're going to add me as an admin. Then three, whenever you upload a YouTube video, a property video, I am going to optimize it with SEO. All right, if you need more information on this, send me a DM.
Yes, I've been getting recently. I've actually been getting inquiries and clients from it. But what I've got to understand about YouTube is that I think it's also about real estate, because I believe real estate is a capital intensive project. People would tend to want to watch you for a period of time so that they can trust you. I think that period of time is for them to trust you. Once they subscribe to your channel for some time, they go through what you've been doing, and if it shows the consistency, they tend to stick with you and buy from you. Yes, I've been getting inquiries. I've closed not much, but still on it.
I would say that YouTube is for serious-minded people. What do I mean by serious-minded people? You have to be consistent. Forget not, you will be kicked out of YouTube and the algorithm. So if you want to really enjoy YouTube, you have to be serious, you have to be consistent, you have to be ready to create content. But can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. You have to be ready to create content, both long and short videos. So YouTube has really been a good place. Okay, I always say that I can comfortably say that 95% of my deals come from YouTube.
Of your sales?
Of my sales come from YouTube, yes.
Come from YouTube. Wow.
So YouTube is a very good platform. I've never run ad, but you know about it. I've told you about it that this year I want to run ad. I have never run ad on YouTube, but I still make sales from YouTube.
Makes sense.
So it's a very good platform that if you are looking for diaspora clients. Okay, looking back at, because just 2025 that this past year that sales started coming in. So I've made 3 sales, but I've gotten up to like more than 10 leads that I've not converted. Yeah. As in serious people that I've been talking to. Yeah, like 3 sales I've converted. Yeah. Okay. I started the channel, that was 2024, early 2024. So I wasn't that consistent that year because I was just once in a while I dropped this, but I put in more effort this past year, 2025. So I think that's what now boosted the sales. So